Hey everyone, welcome back to Suburban Sill. This is the third installment in my three-part outdoor planter series. Today we're going to check out all the cool plants that I got at the nursery, and we're going to get them set up in their pots and in their new homes for summer. Now if you missed the first two videos and you want to check out soil preparation and shopping at the nursery, feel free to go back and hit those up first. But today is just a simple video about planting and the joys of growing annuals in the summer. Okay, we're back outside in front of my little pot, and we're gonna put in all the great stuff that I purchased at the nursery. So first, we've got this beautiful canna that I fell in love with. So I got a couple of those. It's a little bit windy today, so we're just gonna have to go with it. Also had a really nice rain last night, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I always like to start in the center. And then next, I got this beautiful vinca. Now, I thought I bought 4, and in fact I only bought 2. Since I have 2 pots, each one's gonna get a beautiful little accent of this, it's called Tattoo Papaya Vinca Catharanthus roseus. Full sunflower. I think I'm just gonna set it right there so it works on the outside. And then I got these other, these little sun patiens. Now these will be blood orange when the time, hello, Bossy. So these will be a blood orange color when they start to bloom. These like full sun. And so I'm gonna just kind of flank my centerpiece. Huh, interesting, look at, you can see the plug on this one. Or the, well, whatever works, I guess. So I'm just gonna put on either side, kind of surrounding it. Now this canna will get pretty tall. I went with the smaller one because when I do my planting, I'm a gal with a budget. I'm not looking to just spend tons of money, and you can drop a lot of money at the nursery. So next I have my lobelia. This is gonna get beautiful purple type flowers, and it's gonna spread and kind of fill in underneath. And I'm just gonna kind of stick these in. Looks like I'm gonna need some more dirt here. Let me get a few scoops of some topsoil that we can work with. Kind of build him up here. I want them sticking up a little bit, right? Okay, I got one more. Lobelia. Someone is being awfully mouthy. Let's go right here. Now, I've actually never done lobelia. I think last year I had something very similar, but I'm excited to see what it does. And the last thing we're gonna do is our trailing plant, which, even though I know the thriller's like supposed to be the important thing, I love a stunning trailing plant. So I went with my favorite. the Mizu succulent. It's actually called, it actually has a different name, but Mizu Trailing Red is what I reference it by. And it'll get beautiful little pink like daisies on it, and it'll just grow awesomely. It is a succulent, but it actually does well with water. I mean, you don't have to worry about overwatering it. Outside it does really well. So I'm gonna do one facing in to my patio and one facing out. I think last year I did a lot more, but I learned that this plant really does grow really well, and so it'll fill in without a problem. It won't take long. Here's one last look with all the dirt filled in. I know you're like, there's a lot of empty spots, right? You just wait. A couple weeks, this won't even look like the same planter, and we'll check back, and I'll show you what it looks like in a couple weeks. But moving on, I've got one more pot that I'm gonna fill that has a few different plants in it that I want to show off. So I'll take you over to the planter that actually gets a lot of shade. It's pretty much shade, but it gets 1 to 2 hours of direct afternoon sunlight. So it's a little bit trickier when planning what plants to get in there, but we're gonna try some different things this year. Okay, we are up at my other pot, and full disclosure, I feel like I made a mistake. So, of course, when I saw these begonias, I fell in love with them, and I wanted them to be my centerpiece here, in the back. And now I'm worried, though, after I checked out my sun situation yesterday and kind of watched it in the afternoon, I'm afraid that it's going to get really hot in the summer and just fry them. So instead, I'm gonna do these grasses that can pretty much, I think, take anything and they'll get really nice and tall. So these are gonna go in. Come on, you. These are gonna go in the back here, in the back center. Oh, this one needs water. Now I've done Kimberly Queen Fern back here. I've done Dracaena, shrubs, all kinds of stuff that have done really well, but I like to mix it up after year. So we're gonna try these grasses, and I think these are gonna look great into the fall, which is another reason. These sun patience, I'm also gonna do. These are gonna go on the side that's gonna get the most sun, which is gonna be on this side. And actually, I might save a couple of these and move them to the back because I had a few empty spots there. And so these are gonna go in a nice little clump. I think we'll do 3 maybe? Maybe something like that. Next, I got this Coleus. Look at that. Coleus flamethrower. This likes sun to partial shade. So I think it's gonna do great just kind of maybe in the middle. It will get a little afternoon sun, and I'll have to watch it to make sure that doesn't get baked, because this will probably grow really nice and spread and look beautiful. And then I got this Coleus, which I absolutely love as well. Sun to shade, fishnet stockings it's called. Okay, I get that, I get that. And that is gonna sit, ooh, that one needs water too, over here. Now Coleus, they get fairly good sized. Let's see what the growth is on fishnet stockings. 12 to 24 inches. The other one has 16 to 18 inches. Oh, that's the spread. So this one will spread pretty well, and it'll get fairly tall. So let me give this one some room and move this up a little bit. Okay, and now I'm gonna do 2 different spillers. I loved this stem on this one. Now this one, this creeping wire vine, it's gonna need plant in sun or part sun. So I'm gonna stick it over here. This is where it gets the sun. And then I got this beautiful Sweet Georgia Bullfrog sweet potato vine. Now hopefully you can see that variegation. How fun is that? I've never done sweet potato vine up here. This also like sun to shade, in sun or part sun. So, you know, I think it'll do just fine right up front. So this one's gonna go off to the side. This one's gonna go off to the front. And they shall mingle nice. Oops, sorry, just bumped the camera. Oops, hello. Just like that. Now I'm toying with the idea of maybe trying one of these begonias back here and just seeing like how it does. I don't know, what does that look like? Maybe that could be kind of fun just right there, and maybe it will get some shade from these grasses when the sun starts to come down. So that is a thought. Or I'm gonna move them to the back where they'll get morning sun and afternoon shade. Now when I do my trailer, sometimes I'll plant them in sideways so that they're really poking up front. Kind of give these guys a boost here. Okay, I'm gonna fill in and I will show you where we're at when we're done. Okay, here's one last look at my pot, my front pot, the before. I did add one more little impatient there, kind of on the shadier side, see how it does. They are sun and shade, so this pot's a little tricky because it just doesn't get that much sun, and when it does, it gets really hot sun, hot direct sun. So there you go, and we'll check in later and see how it's doing. Okay, gang. We're just shy of a month since I did my pots, and see, they filled in real nice. They're not like brimming over or anything yet, but they will be. We've had some crazy weather that's kind of whipped my little canna lily type thing there. But you can see the lobelia starting to fill in. It's all bloomed. This vinca, oh, you're gonna mow right now, okay. This vinca is looking much hardier, and you can see that my impatiens are filling in and blooming, as well as my Mizu trailing is starting to trail. It will grow immensely over the summer and it will cover the whole side of that pot. But this is just a few weeks. It's probably closer to 3 weeks actually. And I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Same kind of situation up here. It's filling in quite well. My trailer, this potato vine hasn't started to trail yet, but you know, it might not be getting enough sun, but we'll just have to see. This coleus is starting to fill in and spread. Now my grasses are looking a little dry, so I just need to be a little bit more diligent on my watering there. But other than that, it's off to a great start. Now for those begonias that I bought and had no use for, they're doing fine on my stoop. They get morning sun. I just kind of put them in a little planter. They're putting out some really pretty new leaves. And you know, I'm gonna try and grow these indoors after summer's over. So thanks for checking out my outdoor planter series. As always, for more on Suburban Sil, visit my website at suburbansil.com. Follow along on Instagram at Suburban Sil, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel right here on YouTube at Suburban Sil. Thanks, and have a great summer.